वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की limitless gratitude to Paramatma, the source of this world. The source of this world is not visible to all of us in the normal manner as we see things as humans and other objects in this world. Just like the source of this light, what we are seeing here, we are using the light. We are using the light. We are using all these facilities, but actually speaking, from where this source of this light is coming, many people have not seen that source at all. From where is this actual source coming, if you see? If you say that it is hydroelectric power, it must be coming from a hydroelectric station. And in that hydroelectric station, the power of the hydro, what do you call it? The hydro is from water, hydra. So water has to be there, so it's coming from the river. And the river is falling in the form of a falls onto the turbine. And the turbine is rotating, and from there we are producing the electricity and bringing it here, but we don't know the source. Quite possible. It may be a solar source. It may also be possible that it is a thermal source. Does any one of us know exactly from where the electricity is coming? Exactly. We know that it comes to a substation somewhere in the outskirts of Bangalore. From there it comes to Bangalore city. And from there, Bangalore city, we are tapping it through wires and we are taking it to this Devi hall here. But actually the source of this energy, from where is it coming? Do we know exactly? We don't know exactly. For a light to work, we require electricity. For a fan to work, we require electricity. For this loudspeaker to work, we require electricity. But for my speech, where is the energy coming from? For my speech which I am speaking now, there is a voice coming out, isn't it? For this voice, from where is the power coming? Is it not a question which is a very basic question? From where this voice is coming? You will come in later stage, you will come to a beautiful charitra of Dhruva. When Dhruva, the boy, went to meditation and stood in the meditative posture and concentrated his mind upon Paramatma, Bhagavan Vishnu appeared in his heart. The moment Bhagavan Vishnu appeared as a small boy, now he is beautifully expressing his darshan. How that darshan happened, he says, Yo antah pravishya mama vacham imam prasuttam sanjeevayat akhila shakti dharasvadhamna anyanscha hasta charana shravanadvadadin pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. Dhruva, that small boy performing tapasya, the moment Narayana appears in front of him, he is inspired to speak, the child is inspired to speak is Yo anta pravishya mama vacham imam prasuptam. Mama vacham, my speech. Prasuptam is called as dormant, sleeping. Prasuptam means dormant or sleeping. Mama vacham, this sleeping voice, who is the one who is awakening that voice? Who comes into me and then who is awakening that voice? what this voice. Yo anta pravishya mama vachanimam prasupta sanjeevayati. He is giving life to that voice. See, we all have taken for granted that we are able to speak. One day, let us say because of the cold, we catch a cold, and then our voice, I will have a sore throat. In speech, you know how difficult you feel when you cannot speak, voice is not coming out. Have you ever experienced this? You have a sore throat, and then you are trying to speak. What happened to the voice then? What happened to the voice then? The very same voice, which was coming out so beautifully. I am speaking, I am articulating, but the voice is not coming out. So who is the Shakti which is bringing the voice out? Yo anta pravishya mama vacha. Please understand what I am telling is from the Srimad Bhagavata Mahapuranam. It is from this beautiful, godly Grantha I am telling you. The boy is doing tapasya and Bhagavan Vishnu has appeared before him. And Yo anta pravishya mama vacha imam prasuptam sanjeevayati. Sanjeevayati akhila shakti dharaha. Lord Almighty, Sarva Shaktiman, that Lord Almighty is inspiring this voice to come out, Shakti Dharaswadhamna, from his abode. Anyanscha hasta, not only that I am moving my hands, I don't know why, I have got a frozen shoulder. I have a frozen shoulder like a refrigeration, deep freezer. I have a frozen shoulder, I can't, trying to move my hand, I can't move it. Who is the God? What is the reason for me to move my fingers? Shakti is it? Anyascha hasta, charana, shravana, tvagādīn prāṇān namo bhagavate puruṣāya. I bow down to that Paramatma who is the cause for every activity. Beautiful verse. So, all what we are doing today, remember, is because of Paramatma's grace. Only grace, grace and grace. So how much gratitude shall we say? How many thanks shall we say to Paramatma? Thanks a million, thanks a billion, thanks a trillion. Any number of trillions we can keep on saying. We come to page number 8. Here in the shloka number 78. Sūta uvaca. Sūta uvaca. Iti tat vachanam śrutva. Vismayam paramam gata. Bhakti ruche vacho bhuya. Shruyatam tacca shaunaka. Sūta went on. Sūta Rishi is now beautifully explaining that. Struck with great wonder to hear this admonition of Narada, Bhakti spoke the following words once. Listen to them, O Shaunaka. Naradaji had given the explanation. This is the cause for your difficulty what you are facing. So Bhakti once again. She heard these words and she was very wonderstruck. Bhakti Uvacha. Surarshe tvam hi dhanyosi. Madbhagena samagataha. Sadhunam darshanam loke. Sarva siddhikaram param. Jayati jagati mayam. Yasya kayadhavaste. Vachana rachanamekam. Kevalam chakalayya. Dhruvapadamapi yato. Yatkripato dhruvoyam. Sakala kushala patram. Brahmaputram nadasmi. Jaya Jaya You have come here through my good luck. Sadhunam darshanam punyam. They are called as Jangama Tirthas. We got two types of sacred places in this world. We have two types of sacred ones called as Sthavara Tirtha. The other one is Jangama Tirtha. Sthavara Tirtha is the pilgrimage center where we have to go. Jangama Tirtha is the sacred place comes to us, that is sadhus. When sadhus comes and gives darshan to us, then we are very, very blessed. So Bhakti is saying, Narada Rishi, you have come to me, I am blessed. I am lucky. The sight of pious souls is the best means of accomplishing everything in this world. The moment you have darshan of Mahatmas, it's the beginning of success. I bow to you, son of Brahma, the recipient of all blessings, treasuring whose single teaching, Prahlada, son of Kayadu, was able in this world to conquer Maya, and by whose grace the celebrated Prince Dhruva to attain an everlasting abode. Narada Rishi is the cause for Upadesha to two people. One is Prahlada and Dhruva. He is the one who was given Upadesha. Thus, the first discourse entitled The Meeting of Bhakti with Narada, forming part of the glory of Srimad Bhagavata in the Uttarakhand of the glorious Padma Purana. This is the Mahatmya, this is the first chapter. Atha Dvitiyodhyaya. Discourse number 2, a dialogue between the Kumaras and Narada. Previous one was between Bhakti and Narada. Now we have the dialogue between Kumaras and Narada. Narada Uvacha Vritha Khedayase Bale Aho Chinta Tura Katham Shri Krishna Charanam Bhojam Smara Dukkham Gamishyati Draupadi cha Paritrata Yena Kaurava Kashmalat Palita Gopa Sundaryah Sa Krishna Kvapi Nogatah Tvam tu Bhakti Priyatasya Satatam Pranatodhika Tvaya Hutastu Bhagavan Yati Nicha Griheshvapi Satyadit Triyuge Bodha Vairagyau Mukti Sadhakau Kalau tu Kevala Bhaktir Brahma Sayujyakarini Iti Nishchitya Chidrupaha Sadrupam Tvam Sasarjaha Paramananda Chinmurtihi Sundarim Krishna Vallabham Baddhanjalim Tvaya Prishtam Kim Karomiti Chaikada Tvam Tada Ajñapayat Krishno Madbhaktan Poshayeti Cha Angikritam Tvaya Tadvai Prasanno Bhut Haristada Muktim Dasim Dadau Tubhyam no reason for your being sad. In vain, there is no reason at all. In other words, instead of doing this, you can do something else. In vain means when we do an activity, the activity will be in vain if there is no fruit, or if the activity itself need not be done. Need not be done. So here he says, in vain do you vex yourself, O young one. Oh, why should you be so afflicted with worry? Is there any reason for you to be afflicted by worry? Think of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna and your misery will be gone. Close your eyes. Just think of lotus feet of Krishna. Kararavindena Padaravindam Mukharavinde Vimeshayantam Vatasya Patrasya Puteshayanam Balam Mukundam Manasasmaram. A beautiful slogan. Kararavindena Padaravindam. The beautiful hands of Sri Krishna, who is a child, the hands are lotus-like hands. When you touch a lotus, you know how nice it is. Beautiful lotus to touch. It's so soft. Lotus very soft. So Kara Aravindam, hand lotus. With the hand lotus, he is holding the leg lotus. And he is taking the leg lotus, putting it in the mouth lotus. Kararavindena Padaravindam Padaravindam Mukharavindam. Kararavindena Padaravindam Mukharavinde Viniveshayantam Vatasya Patrasya Puteshayanam. He is lying down on a beautiful mat made out of banyan tree leaves. Vatasya Patrasya Puteshayanam Balam Mukundam Manasasmaram. I recollect, I remember, I meditate upon the Bala Mukunda. See what a beautiful thing. Whenever you touch a child, is there anybody, human being in this world who doesn't feel happy? When you touch a child, so innocent child. But this child is not ordinary child at all. Very, very special child. Vishamakara Kandan. He is a Vishamakara Kandan. He is not an ordinary child, he is a special child who knows how to do mischief, who knows how to steal and get away with it. He is the best child. So that child we are remembering, holding the small feet by the small hands and putting the small feet in the mouth like this. Remember those feet. Think of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna and your misery will be gone. The celebrated Sri Krishna by whom Draupadi was saved from the tyranny of the Kauravas. That Krishna, I am talking about that Krishna who saved Draupadi from the tyranny of the Kauravas. But for Krishna, do you think Draupadi would have been saved? Not possible. The celebrated Sri Krishna, by whom the pretty girls of Braja were made the recipients of special favors, the Gopika Strees. Not only they received the love of Krishna, they were all kidnapped by Narakasura. Narakasura had taken away them, everybody, all the girls, and he had put them in a cave. So Sri Krishna Paramahansa went and then he released all those people. Has gone nowhere, he has not gone anywhere. Krishna has not gone anywhere. Krishna left Bhuloka and went, Krishna has got another form. You, Bhakti, as a matter of fact, are ever dearer to the Lord. Bhakti is very dear to him than his own life. Can you imagine? Krishna's life is Leela life, but than his life, Bhakti is more dear to Krishna. Invoked by you indeed, the Lord goes even to the houses of the Lord. When Bhakti is there, even if it is the house of anybody in this world, whether a rich person, whether a poor person, whether a sick person, anybody, if they call with devotion, Krishna will go to that house because of you, because of Bhakti. In the three yugas commencing from Satya, Satyuga, Treta and Dvapara, spiritual enlightenment and dispatch were the means to achieve redemption of the soul. In the first three yugas, Krita, Treta, Dvapara. Krita, Treta, Dvapara or Satya, Treta, Dvapara, the sadhana, the means for self-realization or mukti was jnana and vairagya. But in Kali Yuga, it is only bhakti, jnana and vairagya have got no place. In Kali Yuga, bhakti alone affects unity with Brahman. Here Brahma is that Brahman Concluding thus, they say, the Lord who is all spirit, the embodiment of supreme bliss and consciousness, evolved you, the embodiment of truth, as a charming girl, the beloved of Sri Krishna. This conclusion, what is the conclusion? In the first 3 yugas, one requires jnana and vairagya. But in this yuga, in the yuga of bhakti, remembering God and his pastimes, chanting the name of God itself is sufficient for mukti. Keeping this in mind only, Paramatma brought you into this world, bhakti in this world. Joining your palms as a token of submission, you once asked him, long ago, when you were created, when you were brought into, you yourself folded your hands, you have forgotten, right? You folded your hands and asked Krishna. What he said? What shall I do? Sri Krishna then commanded you, look after my devotees, go and protect my devotees. That means, don't leave them. If bhakti leaves the devotees, what will happen? Devotee will no more be devotee. If the bhakti leaves the devotee, so bhakti has to always reside in the heart. It will always be there. This was accepted by you as a matter of fact, and Sri Hari felt highly gratified at that time and conferred on you on the said occasion as a maid servant, mukti as well as these two. So you see, you have been brought into the world by Lord Krishna, and you asked for what should I do? Krishna said, you go and reside with the devotees. So you will get 3 servants. 1 servant and 2 children. One is called as mukti. Your dasi is mukti. Wherever there is bhakti, there will be mukti. Wherever there is bhakti, there will be mukti. Wherever there is bhakti, there will be vairagya and jnana. Automatically there will be this. So go ahead. Jnana and vairagya, as in your real form, you look after the devotees in Vaikuntha. A shadow form has been assumed by you to take care of the devotees of earth. There are 2 forms of bhakti. According to Naradji, he said there are 2 forms. One is the original. Your original is in Vaikuntha. Because there also people have to be devoted to the people who are already attained mukti. The ones who, the Atmas, who have attained mukti, they are going to stay in Vaikuntha with Bhagavan Lord Vishnu. There also they have to maintain the bhakti, so bhakti is residing there. So she has got another shadow form. Another shadow form. Chaya Rupa. See, it was not original. Chaya Rupa has come to Bhuloka and she is residing here, Chaya. Muktim Jnanam Viraktim Cha Saha Kritva Gata Bhuvi Kritadi Dvaparasyantam Mahanandena Sanstita Kshayam prapta Pakhandamaya pidita Tvadajnaya gata shigram Vaikuntham punarevasa Smrta tvayapi chatraiva Putri kritya tvayemau cha Arshve svasyaiva rakshitau Upekshata kalau mandau Vruddhau jatau sutau tava Upayam chintayamyaham Kalina sadrisha kopi Yugo nasti vararane Tasmin stvam sthapayishyami Dharman तिरस्कृत्य पुरस्कृत्य महोत्सवान् तदा नाहं हरेर्दासो लोके त्वां न प्रवर्तये त्वदन्विताश्च ये जीवा भविष्यन्ति कलाविह पापिनोऽपि गमिष्यन्ति निर्भयं कृष्णमन्दिरम् येषां चित्ते वसे भक्तिः सर्वदा प्रेमरूपिणी न ते पश्यन्ति कीनाशम् स्वप्नेऽपि अमलमूर्तयः न प्रेतो न पिशाचो वा राक्षसो वासुरोऽपि वा भक्तियुक्तमनस्कानां स्पर्शने न प्रभुर्भवेत् न तपोभिर्न वेदैश्च न ज्ञानेनापि कर्मणा हरिर्हि साध्यते भक्त्या प्रमाणं तत्र गोपिका नृणां जन्मसहस्रेण भक्तौ प्रीतिर्हि जायते कलौ भक्तिः भक्त्या कृष्णः पुरस्थितः भक्तिद्रोहकराये च ते सीदन्ति जगत्त्रये दुर्वासा दुःखमापन्नः पुरा भक्तविनिन्दकः अलं व्रतैरलं तीर्थैर् अलं यागैरलं मखैः अलं ज्ञानकथालापैर् भक्तिरेकैव मुक्तिदा श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण नारायण
Shanti